Yeah, I'd be honest, I didn't read the questions.
Just roll them. Depends who you're asking. Could be a good, could be a bad thing. Yeah, passionate, love football. It's given me everything in my life. Literally everything. You know, I met my wife through it. This life in America through it. Football is me, I suppose. It's the culmination of all the learning through, especially if you just talk about through Switchbacks. From Brendan, Hoagie, Chamber, you know, there's lessons to be learned from every single head coach. But it goes all the way back then to the college too, so everything you've learned, you have to apply it now. Thankfully, I've had a lot of experience through the USL too as well to start learning through. As a head coach, so it's not the very first time I'll be running a team, but obviously at this level it is. But I've got, you know, since 2021 being part of the group remotely, 2022 coming in physically throughout, the amount of minutes on the training ground, you know, the minutes during games, and luckily enough every single one of them coaches, you wouldn't just be left in the corner. Every single one of them coaches have given you some sort of responsibility, so it's almost like every single step in the ladder you've worked up towards is now happening, and it's time to apply it. I think it's the same in every Irish man. A bit of craziness. It's the love, it's the passion. Me particularly, I'm a miserable bastard. So I'm never happy. I never want to stay still. You know, even if we're 4-0 up, you're going to try chase for 5. And if you're 4-0 up and you conceded 1, you'd be really, really angry at the 1. And you should be happy about the 4. But there's a lot of people in this building driven that way too. And they help fuel it. So that passion and that aggression comes through every day, but it's fed every day with the group we have here. And that's where it's coming from, really. For me and the family now, it's home. Our son was born here this year, excuse me. We're still 25, right? Yeah, my son was born here, and it's always going to be that to us. Straight away, it's always going to mean the Switchbacks to us. I love how well it fits. My missus from Sweden. I'm obviously from Dublin, but it fits so much of what it was like growing up for us. There's kids who play on our street. There's ice cream trucks going around. It's the only place in the US I've had that. The people we meet throughout the soccer side, not just on a game day here, they're bought into the club, and I love that. Even on the youth side, with the amount of work we've done with the Pride kids. All of that is encompassing to it because we've had the physical interaction with it. And the majority of that has been a fantastic experience, enjoyable experience. This past year was tough, but I even remember the Tulsa game when we got knocked out. People travelled and said, we're going to support this no matter what. That's what it means, just from the soccer side. But then this community is world elite. If you realistically look at it, through the military side, it's obviously world elite. Through the Olympic side, that's obviously world elite. So that's a huge inspiration within our own community. We can physically drive to in 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So all of that, it's a 360 thing for me. It's not just sport. It's home for my son. It's home for us, and it's given us everything also since we've been here, since 2022 we got here. Yeah, well, while I was doing it, I was lucky because I was still an assistant in the college while I was actually learning through that. So I was able to use those teams. We were an elite D2 program at Palm Beach Atlantic. And you were able to, the things you were learning in the classroom or things that you were learning that should be applied in person, was able to apply it with the players. Probably Quincy being one of the best examples of that. Quincy when we first got him, when I first got there, was very much highly talented, very, very young. He was just a freshman or a sophomore, and one mistake would lead to 10. So, I mean, if you steal examples even from the All Blacks book of red head, green head, well, why should one mistake become 10? When realistically, could you give him a physical trigger after the first mistake to kind of recenter him? And no longer was one mistake 10. All of a sudden then the next year, he's Young Player of the Year. He's leading for goals and assists and things like that, and it was applicable to soccer, it was applicable to the football world in a team setting too. You could then start setting clear goals, you could then start setting clear standards and holding people accountable to that. And I think that's all footballers want. They just want clear messaging, they just want to be held accountable. You'll be an asshole to them at times, but you also got to push those buttons. I got to learn what buttons you have. What's going to piss you off, what's going to make you happy, what's going to fill you with pride, what's an area not to go near. Because that's how every single person is. We all have an invisible side that says make me feel important, but what makes you feel important is different to what makes me feel important. Being able to actually do that while I was learning through what would work, what wouldn't work, then able to bring that into USL too, able to bring it to here. I still have lads that have left here 2-3 years ago that are still calling me up. That's an open type of thing, even as Christmas Day for me. That's relationships. But it will help immediately first of all, learning about the person. It will help me then, okay, well, how can we make them successful? If you can get every single individual at least moving in the right direction, then us as a group, us as a team, us as a club, we'll be flying. It's everything, it fuels. It fuels. I think every coach that's been here said that. It just fuels the group immediately. You've seen it. You walk out there, it tingles up your back. My one for me is when the helicopters come over and the stadium's packed. Whatever them helicopters are going towards, I'm running towards it. So imagine what the players are feeling. Straight away, your home advantage is there. Straight away, those players now know what it means to the fans. The final, last in 2024, the 2 playoff games leading up to that. There was a July 4th that year, I believe, as well. July 4th the year before. They're the ones that stand out to me that were packed, that really, really had an effect. The final in 1,000,000% had an effect on the opponent. That passion though is also, I think, the fans need to see that from the players and the players need to see that from the fans. It's a two-way street. But the second you see it packed and it's noisy, and even the fanfare of an away team coming out, like when New Mexico's here, they travel very, very well. That adds to the atmosphere too. But that fuels everybody, you included. You're there snapping cameras. Yeah, I'm at the races today, and you feel it in the warm up. You know what I mean? The second you walk out, you see it. Even just because not everyone's in the building yet, but you can already tell. Okay, we're 30 minutes or we're 40 minutes away from kickoff here. There's a little bit of a difference here versus in those earlier months when it's a little bit more, because it's tougher to sit there in -degrees. Success is every single year having a process that this city can be proud of. Are we going to win a trophy every single year? It's clearly the goal of every single person. But 99% of teams, people, individuals get disappointed because there's only one winner. But seeing a process towards that goal every single year that's consistent, that you can identify with, that you can buy into, and that we can continue making fans actually want to, let's say young fans, want to play the game. Parents want to bring their kids to the game. Parents wanting to meet Tahada, because he's the most popular one of them all. That to me is success. And if you're putting a soccer side to that, it's top 4 minimum every single year, while you're trying to get top of the West. And the ultimate goal is home playoffs and then a home final. If we end up having to win it away, then we win it away. But trophies, process, and a clear guided goal every single year. Well, they should both guide each other. The analytical side, let's say Matt Bessemer's world, with the GPS, with the trackers, with just use example, high-speed sprints, just as one example. You could be telling me face to face, I love working hard, but the numbers aren't showing that. So now I can say to you, hey, you're telling me all the best things in the world, but your actions aren't matching up to them, or the numbers aren't showing them. So eyeball, I can see you're not working hard, or maybe I think you are, but versus 10 other players, you're not even remotely close. Or on the flip, you're telling me, I'm going to be the hardest worker in this league, and everything's matching up. Well, your actions are matching up to your words. Now we know we can build trust and we can rock and roll. So you can encourage one way because your actions are matching up to it, or now you need maybe a kick up the ass because no, what you're saying is not what you're doing. But there's a discrepancy there, and some people just don't know it, and then that can be a moment for education and learning. The first thing we've got to do, and the players all mentioned it at the end of the year, the first thing we've got to do is get our identity back. We have to get our identity back to what a Switchbacks team is. A Switchbacks team is aggressive. We physically punish people in this building especially. We are physically elite even on the road. That is first and foremost what we have to reintroduce. So it's not necessarily changing, we just have to bring it back. We lost it this past year. We have to bring that back. From the football side, we're not reinventing the wheel. We will still value the ball. We're still going to be defensively looking to press, but we won't be as chaotic in the press. There will be times where being compact is key. Making predictable spaces where we can press into has to become more apparent, because then we save a little bit more in the tank too to go forward. Talking through in the players, another piece of all of that is how many goals we conceded this past year. So it's not, we're not having to reinvent anything or change, completely from a blank whiteboard. We do have to reintroduce a lot of what foundationally was here in 2024, and the main thing is we have to grab. I need to take that course out. The main thing is we have to grab the momentum we lost. We have to grab it back, but we have to build it from the start again. Build it from the foundation. So we need to clear, simple messaging to our group to create these foundations, and then we can build on that and create momentum.